Hi, welcome along to Arsenal Fan TV, and this is the aftermath. Six three. I still cannot believe that game from yesterday. 6-3. Arsenal conceding 6 goals. I mean, for a neutral fan watching that game, it must have been absolutely brilliant. For an Arsenal fan watching the game, it's pretty horrific. It was mixed emotions. I mean, we got off to the worst possible start, conceding that early goal from that corner. Left Aguero there, the freedom of the Etihad to score, and then we got back into it. Then we let them score again, and we were coming back into it. And I'll tell you what, if we would have taken our chances in that game, it might even have been a different outcome. I mean, Olivier Giroud had a couple of gilt-edged chances in that game to bring us back into the game, which he missed. There was a couple of proper dodgy refereeing decisions in that game. I mean, the handball, the guy may as well have caught it. And I don't think the ref still wouldn't have given it. But excuses aside, they were the better team. We have to admit, they are a very, very good team. And we played right into their hands. We didn't close them down. What I expected us to do in that game, and what we've been doing all season to the team, in fairness, away from home in particular, is we've been denying teams space. We haven't been giving them any space and any room in which to play. But yesterday, we were just giving players time and space to do what they want. That goal by Fernandinho, he could have took out a ruler and said, right, and plotted the route to how he was going to kick the ball in. There was nobody near him. Nobody closed him down. There was no urgency. It was just unbelievable. And you know what? I know Arsene Wenger wasn't making excuses after the game, but I'm going to say it. I think they look knackered. They look tired. I think that those games, the game on Sunday against Everton, and also the game midweek, and getting back late from Napoli, etc., definitely took their toll on them, because we're in the second half. You had so many players there that were just treading water. They were losing the ball. All right, I know they were going gung-ho to try and get back in the game, but they were losing the ball, and they were making no attempt to even track back. And you don't normally see that with Arsenal, especially this season. So I honestly think that you saw out there two teams. One team that had an easy game, that was able to rest a load of players, had a game that nothing, even though, Bayern Munich is not, let me rephrase that, Bayern Munich is not necessarily an easy game, but it was a done and dusted thing, really, that group. It was one of those games where, if they went and got beaten by Bayern Munich, it didn't matter, right? So, you saw a team there that was ready and prepared for that game, plus they were playing at home. And you saw another team that had to go away after a Champions League match, which is always difficult. Have a look at the results across Europe this weekend. Even abroad, you look at Real Madrid, drew in their game. Barcelona, same thing, against teams that they would normally smash. Now, when you got to go away from home after a Champions League draw, it's never good. And we've had to go away to the hardest place to go to. The last time we played away in the Champions League to Dortmund, then we had to go to Man United. So they've caught us at the right time, and we look knackered, and they well and truly served us up. And, fair play to them. It was a very good performance by Manchester City. They had some excellent players, but we allowed them to play. And you cannot allow world-class players that type of space and time. And there was players yesterday like Flamini. He's been brilliant this season, but yesterday he had a bad game. Gave the ball away. Jack Wilshere, nightmare game. All round, we just got to write this one off, I think, and just say, right, you know what, let's put it down to tiredness or whatever and get back to business. But that was a very, very poor performance by Arsenal yesterday. Let's get into the tweets. There was hundreds. Listen, thank you, everybody who sent us in your tweets. There was hundreds. I've decided to read quite a few of them this week. Apologies to everybody that I'm not able to do, but let's get into them. Dennis D. Guna says, a horrible defensive display from us. Great to see Theo back and scoring. Bentner was better than Giroud, and we're still top, and that's true. Listen, Bentner, when he came on, he looked pretty sharp. Fair play to him, and he had a genuine goal written off. And what would that have done for his confidence? You know, yeah, Bentner, listen, fair play to him. He looked very sharp when he came on. And Theo Walcott, I've been saying it all along, the guy gives you goals. He gives you goals. Could have done better tracking back yesterday, Theo. But going forward, awesome. We definitely need his pace in the team, especially next week against Chelsea. RB Arsenal says, Giroud wasted chances. I don't think he's the man to take us to the top. A decent backup striker, and Jack is wasted out on the wing. Okay, fair play. Listen, Giroud is... I just think Giroud's tired at the moment. I mean, he was burying those chances earlier on in the season, and he was pretty wasteful yesterday, but the guy needs a rest. He really needs a rest. Jack Walker said, Gibbs should have been rested on Wednesday and played yesterday. Also, Arteta should have played as well because we had no protection. Makes me laugh, this Arteta thing. There's a lot of people now saying, why didn't we play Arteta? During the week, everybody was saying we should have left out Arteta and played Flamini. I mean, it's one of them, isn't it? Barry also said, I saw this result coming. The run of fixtures, Napoli less than 72 hours before the City game was a disgrace. We were knackered. I agree with that. It's not Manchester City's fault. It's the fault of the TV companies. I mean, and then you can't even blame them because they want to make money. I don't know. If you sign these deals with these TV companies, you've got to do what the TV companies say. But it just didn't seem fair. It didn't seem right. CB Jewett says, I think we badly miss Arteta. Flamini is all well and good shouting and causing a fuss, but Arteta is a calming influence. Now that is a bit harsh. Listen, Flamini is he's been brilliant this season. I don't know who should start, Flamini or Arteta. She is right. Arteta is, or he's right. I don't know if it's a she or he, but Arteta is a bit calmer. But then there was a couple of games ago, where everybody was slaughtering Arteta and saying we should play Flamini. So I don't think you can blame Arsene Wenger for starting with Flamini there. I mean, maybe what we should have done was went with both of them to give a bit of added protection to our back four, because yesterday they had zero. Trust me. JJ says, everyone is blaming Giroud, but notice that Ramsey and Flamini weren't covering in defence. Good point. He said, let's bounce back. David Garcia says, I don't think Giroud's good enough. If we want to win something, we need Suarez, Lewandowski or Ruiz. We're not going to get any of them. You saw Suarez today, how he destroyed Tottenham. Listen, if I was at Liverpool and I was in charge of Liverpool, I would not let Suarez go for anything less now than 100 million. Anything less. After seeing what Bale went for, I'd be like, I want 100 million for him. And to be honest, Liverpool be crazy to sell Suarez right now. I noticed they made him captain today. I think you can forget Suarez going anywhere in January. I really don't think, even if Real Madrid or any of them come calling, they won't sell him. He's just too hot at the moment. Niz Daguna says, the score doesn't accurately reflect the game. I think that's true. The third City goal was the changing factor. Disappointed but not broken. I feel the same way. I feel disappointed but not broken as well, because we can bounce back from this. Will Stafford says, we'll see a different Arsenal team with We'll see a different Arsenal team with 9 days off to rest. 3 points versus Chelsea and we're back on track. That is so true. That Chelsea game is absolutely massive. If we lose that game, there's going to be a lot of, it would really be a real downer going into Christmas. We were top of the league by quite a few points, and then all of a sudden we could end up being third in the league. But if we win that game, it will give us so much confidence. It'd be and to beat Chelsea as well, it'd be brilliant. And it's doable. It's doable. You see how Chelsea are playing at the moment. They're not playing that great. This is the right time to play them. Mohammed says, overall the team played very poor today. We have the best midfield in the world, but we need a world-class striker. I don't know if you could argue that Manchester City have got the best midfield around at the moment. That midfield they had yesterday looked pretty damn awesome. They were pretty hot. Christian Lindstad said, both Manchester trips done and we're still top of the league. All right, that's a good way to look at it. He said, I would have taken that scenario all day long at the start of the season. Sean Jones says, happy that Lawrence's injury wasn't too bad. City were the better team, but the officials made some awful decisions. That injury to Koscielny, even though he's a gash on his leg, I saw a picture of it this morning and it's pretty awful. I can't see him making that Chelsea game with that injury. That's going to have to heal up. I can see him being out for a couple of weeks. So Vermaelen really is. He's been saying and talking that he wants to play and World Cup year. Well, now's his chance and he's going to have to step up, definitely. Especially next week, he's going to be up against some good players, Hazard, Oscar, Torres. He's going to have to be on his game. He didn't look too good yesterday, actually. He's going to have to improve. I mean, yes, it's hard coming straight into that, but he's going to have to be up for those games. Herman says, we carved them open as easily as they did to us. That's a fair point. They were just a lot more clinical, and that was true. They were so clinical. I mean, they got a chance and they buried it, basically. Mubarak Abden says, City wasn't a great performance. We need to wash them out of our minds and prepare well for Chelsea. 3 points will be a success. And last one here, Obi Mika says, we were very lightweight. If anything, we need a striker, a powerhouse in midfield, and a central defender. Arteta should have started. Everybody's wise now. Arteta should have started. Why did he start Flamini? Why this? What? Listen, we were just poor. Let's just put it down to that. No excuses. We just got to wash that game out of our mind now. We just got to say to ourselves, you know what? It was a bad day at the office. We didn't play well. Let's take some positives out of it. We went to Manchester City and we scored 3 goals. Theo Walcott's back and he's scoring goals. And we've got Chelsea next week. We're going to be fully rested, like they said. No excuses on, the physical side. We'll have a full rest. And what I'd like to see is Theo Walcott starting in that game. Jack Wilshere will probably pick up a ban for that little gesture he did at the end of the game. And I'd like to see if somehow we could get Podolski in that squad. That would give the place such a lift, even if we could bring him on for like a 10-15 minutes. Even if he's on that bench, that will give the fans a real lift. And let's go out there and attack Chelsea. We can beat Chelsea. We can beat Chelsea. If we can beat them, everything will be back on track. And then, we'll have some good games to look forward to. West Ham away, winnable game. Newcastle away, winnable game. Tottenham Hotspur at home. I fancy a 10-0 in that after seeing them play today. So, it's not all doom and gloom. It was a real weird one yesterday, but we got to take it on the chin. We're still top of the league. We're still flying high. We're still doing a lot better than all of us thought at the start of the season. But let's kick on. And I do think we definitely need to explore trying to get a striker. Or will Lucas Podolski be the answer? That is what I've been asking myself. Will Lucas Podolski come back and start really firing? Something that he threatened to do last season. If he does that, we may not need a striker. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments below. I'll be really interested to know what you think. If we need a striker, or is Podolski the answer? That's what it's going to be really interesting to find that out over the next few weeks, because Podolski is back. And just one last thing I just wanted to mention. I want to say well done to Mertesacker yesterday for what he did to Ozil. I thought that was awesome. I mean, Ozil, listen, we know he was disappointed. He was, it's a big game. He didn't really show up. And he was really upset and he was walking off the pitch without clapping the fans. But Mertesacker came over and said, get over there. These guys paid you 40 odd million, mate. Get over there and applaud. I really like that. The more Mertesacker plays for this club, the more I like that guy. He has got Arsenal right here. I'll tell you, and he's the driving force right now in that team. To me, he's like the unofficial captain of a team, and I really like what he did yesterday. And that can only bring the squad more and more together. Well, it's all about Chelsea next week. It's a bit of a long wait because it's next week, Monday. But look out, we're going to have loads of videos going throughout the week. Be sure to check out all of our videos from yesterday. There were some great fans. The fan from Manchester City, he was a great sport. Some of the people in the comments, they're taking it seriously. Like, I really was having a go at this Manchester City fan. Listen, me and him got on great. And he was a great laugh. But make sure you check out that video with a Man City fan and all of our videos from yesterday. Check out our unofficial Champions League draw as well. And listen, thank you for supporting us. Don't forget, Christmas is nearly here. Get your T-shirts in the shop. They're flying out. get the an extra special present for somebody, and keep supporting Arsenal Fan TV, keep subscribing, and like this video if you've loved it. Thank you very much. Click on the links on screen right now to continue watching Arsenal Fan TV. We're near the top, we're at the top. Why can't we go there and get a result? So against them two, I fancy us. I don't really want to draw Bayern, Barcelona and Real Madrid. That's my personal opinion, but we're going to do now the unofficial draw, right? Live here on Arsenal Fan TV. Let me do the music. Bum, 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 bum. The champions. Right. Here's our bowl, right? And in this bowl are the teams, right?
Flamini more forward and have the two centre defensive midfielders and stop Yaya Toure and the Fernandinho's. But when Fernandinho got on the ball, as you saw, he punished you. So yeah, you just give us a bit of freedom, which can be exploited with City.
Now you got a good team there. You're banging in the goals.
Oh yeah, well, that's what we need at the Etihad, isn't it? We need to score as many as possibly can.
Who you got next week away?
Oh, I don't have a clue.
You probably lose there because you're crap away. You're good here. But and you know we were knackered, right? We were knackered after that trip. Yeah, we were really tired. You know, that's what.
But still, you put in a performance, didn't you?
To be honest, we can't make no excuses.
No.
I was really impressed today with David Silva.
Yeah, he's well, when he gets the ball, he's a magician, and he just buries it and everything, and he's fantastic. Nasri as well, putting a top performance.
No, come on, listen. We were going on. It was all going well there. I liked you as a Man City mate. You know, I've got a brother who lives in Manchester, and I'm going to go and see him after. And I was all thinking, yeah, you know what, this guy's a nice guy, and then you go and mention Sami Nasri. You spoilt it. I've got to